case.
What is it? So, we're finally getting to this one.
Yep, the famous double suicide.
Let's do it. Today we will find out who is the most responsible for these useless deaths.
The murders. Of Romeo and Juliet. Our first two suspects, Lord Montague and Lord Capulet.
The two fathers who have kept a long-standing feud between their families running.
Our next suspect,
Mercutio.
Mercutio, one of Romeo's greatest friends, and a lovable jokester who met an untimely end at the end of a sword. Suspect number 4,
Tybalt, a hot-headed saucy boy who will fight any Montague that dares enter his line of sight. He is also Mercutio's killer, who was killed by Romeo, who was avenging Mercutio. Suspect number 5,
Benvolio, Romeo's cousin, nephew to Lord Montague, and one of Romeo's best friends as well. He decided to let Romeo go to the Capulet party where he met Juliet and wound up dead. Suspect number 6,
Friar Lawrence. Friar Lawrence marries Romeo and Juliet and plans almost all meetings between them. He also gives Juliet the potion, which causes Romeo to mistake her for dead. Suspect number 7.
County Paris. The handsome man arranged to marry Juliet, even though Juliet was married to Romeo. The hastiness of the wedding caused Juliet to drink the potion. Suspect number 8.
Prince Aeschylus, the lawmaker in the town. He serves as the sheriff and lays down the law that any brawl between Montagues and Capulets will be punished by death. Suspect number 9.
The nurse. Juliet's nurse, who arranges all communication between Romeo and Juliet, but unfortunately gives up the idea of Romeo and Juliet being together for Romeo to be with Paris. Suspect number 10.
The apothecary, the impoverished man who illegally sells Romeo the poison that he will later use to kill himself. And finally, our last suspect.
Balthazar. Romeo's servant who assumes Juliet is dead and goes to tell Romeo over in Mantua, which causes Romeo to go to the Capulet mausoleum and kill himself. Romeo. A nice and handsome man who falls in love with a Capulet. Death by poison.
Juliet, an obedient girl who falls in love with a Montague. Death by dagger.
Lord Montague and Lord Capulet. Their feud caused Romeo and Juliet to die, and they really don't have a reason to feud in the first place. Not a strong alibi.
Mercutio, accidentally murdered by Tybalt, commits the crime of fighting, but with no intention to harm. Quite a strong alibi.
Tybalt killed Mercutio accidentally, but then killed by Romeo. Can't do anything if he's dead.
Benvolio, literally does nothing wrong.
Friar Lawrence makes the plan that goes wrong, gives Juliet the sleeping potion, and marries the two without the parents' blessing. Not a strong alibi.
Paris wants to marry Juliet, unknowing that she is already married to Romeo. He is also killed by Romeo. Fairly strong alibi.
Franciscus only creates the law to end harm between Montagues and Capulet, banishes Romeo, but only because of the crimes that he has committed against Tybalt. That is a fairly strong alibi.
The nurse supports Juliet through and through in her marriage to Romeo, however, gives up on the idea for Juliet's own good. Strong alibi.
Apothecary illegally sells poison to Romeo, knowing that it's fully illegal and knowing that Romeo will kill himself, directly going to Romeo's death.
Balthazar doesn't know about the sleeping potion and delivers the information to Romeo. Strong alibi.
So now with our four main suspects, we can narrow it down to Lord Montague, Lord Capulet, Friar Lawrence, and the apothecary.
But if we look at these four individuals, we can assess that 3 of them had no idea about the marriage, and 1 did.
And that was Friar Lawrence.
And so we can conclude, Friar Lawrence is charged with the deaths of Romeo and Juliet.
Hello?
Are you sure about this? Check Romeo's file.
Haven't you all noticed something? We've been referring to all of the suspects and saying that one of their crimes was causing Romeo to do something. But let's for a moment assume that Romeo is in turn in charge of his own actions. And boy, Romeo made a lot of actions.
Romeo's crimes include the murder of Tybalt, the murder of County Paris, treason for re-entering Verona after his banishment, trespassing on Capulet property numerous times, suicide, and buying illegal substances.
This list only includes his crimes. This list doesn't even account for his hasty and poor decision-making in most scenarios.
So to be short, it's Romeo's fault.
It is. Thank you all for watching.